Hello, this is Brother Sean sharing with you some heart responses to the meaning of this video. Hate is not overcome by hate. Hate is overcome by love. The words of the great Dhammapada. So when we are confronted with hate, it's a natural instinct to do one of two things: to flee or to get embroiled in a hateful campaign where we become vitriolic, where we stand there and we just tear each other apart. And that's not what we're guided to do by the great creator of all life. And many of the great teachers, White Eagle, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, many of the wise ones, they still speak to our heart today, and they invite us to stand and face the person who is throwing all sorts of negativity, spite and evil words in our direction, and to stand silently and look into their eyes and to send love. And I know this is not humanly possible if we are not walking in the light. And I'm not saying we've all got to be happy clappy born again believers. No, I'm saying we have to know who we are. We have to know why we're here, and we need to understand what is my purpose in life. And I know for many years I grew up in a family that was very much influenced by the negative side of old-fashioned Catholic religion. And whilst I'm not knocking the Catholic Church, because I owe the Church an awful lot for a lot of good things, a lot of wisdom, but I'm aware that with that wisdom there was negativity. So there was a lot of imbalance. But it took me in my late 50s to discover that my heart never felt at home in the Catholic Church. My heart became estranged from a God of love who'd become a God of fear. But God isn't a God of fear, but he's been portrayed by many who are coming from a male ego where there's no balance of the masculine feminine energy of God. And it's so easy to get embroiled in that mindset, isn't it? I'm very aware that as I share with you, I'm in a situation right now in my personal faith journey where my blood family are tearing each other apart. I'm very aware that the mother I love really isn't entitled to be called my mother, but my birth mother, because I've not ever felt love from her, only hate. But I pray for her, and there are times when I feel like banging my head against the wall and saying, God, what's going on here? Why is the woman who gave birth to me so nasty? Why is she taking the side of one member of the family against the others? And there were 9 of us, 8 living, and I'm the eldest. And there's times when I come before my God with tears in my eyes and with a heavy heart, and I'm asking God to explain to me what he wants me to do. And intuitively in here, I know that I have to send love. So hate does not overcome hate. Love overcomes hate. But that love is a love that comes from here, from the soul. It's a love that this world doesn't understand, because this world has a finite mind as I do, but this world is governed by other influences, and a lot of those influences are more about keeping up with the appearances of others and keeping up with the Joneses and wearing the right clothes and subscribing to the various magazines, and it's all show, isn't it? And I know of a lot of people who've won the lottery, and I know the other day, speaking with my sister, she said, "Oh, I'd love to win the lottery." I said, "Would you really?" I said, "Well, I wouldn't, because I have the lottery. I have God's peace. But it's taken me half a century to find it." Well, not necessarily find it. That's an untruth. I had it, but I never knew how to embrace it, because I kept coming to myself with that fear mindset. And there was a part of me that was resentful of people who were happy. And I was angry when I would meet people who were demonstrating love to their children. And I yearned for a mother's love. So naturally, I'd all the reasons for reaching out with hate, but something said, you must not inherit the sins of your father or mother. You must bring it to an end, and you must dispel hate, diffuse it and its negativity with love, with God's love. And we must not go into our head, which I believe is where the Antichrist lives, in all of us. He's not out there, he's in here. And the moment we start processing, why are they doing such terrible things to me when I've only done good to them? Then that triggers off a train reaction, doesn't it, where we want to ponder and reflect on the injury, and then it stirs up hateful feelings. So isn't it better to name and shame the persons, their actions and our feelings, and give them love and release them to the divine? And that's one of the beauties of working with Magdalena and her ancient therapy, that wonderful soul therapy that empowers you embrace the divine through harmony, balance, and a sense of inner knowing that you're here for a purpose, that you're passing through. This is not my permanent home. This world can never be my permanent home. I'm passing through. It's like traveling by an aeroplane from one country to the other. I'm airborne, but I know my destination, and my destination is to be with God. So today, I ask you to look into your heart. If there is any sadness or bitterness there, surrender it. There's no good pondering on it. And there's no good you saying, I forgive that person for what they've done, but I'll never forget them, because that's not forgiveness, that's control. And if you feel that you've been the victim, then you have to be very careful, as I had to be, because though I was the victim, I was ending up becoming the abuser by holding on to all of that pain. So I've released it, I've surrendered it, and there's no fear of what my family can do to me. Because I know some of them are living in that mindset where I'm wrong, they're right. And I know before God their actions are not honorable, and they're not from love. They're from hate. So I reflect greatly on the words of Dhampada. Hate is not overcome by hate. Hate is overcome by love. And God is love. And where there is love, there is light. And where there is light, there is God. That's the God I subscribe to. Not the God in the Bible, not the God in the ancient books, not the God that's in some stuffy library or in some stuffy church. My God is in this cathedral of nature. And as a Franciscan, a member of the interfaith community of Franciscans, I embrace God through the natural world, the cathedral of God, with the birds of the choristers. So be still and embrace love.